everybody. Welcome to Celebrity Encounters Podcast. I am Harlan.
And I'm Alan.
Da-da-da!
And we're here today, Celebrity Encounters Podcast, with our famous,
infamous, yes, absolutely, and fabulous Marni.
Marni, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
And Marni came to us because as an addition to our Celebrity Encounters podcast, we are here at Sun City Anthem Henderson's representing the Performing Arts Club. And Marni is one of those fabulous people that we met.
That's right. Marni is in the Readers
Playhouse also?
Playhouse, which they do plays. They read plays in Freedom Hall in this big 300-plus theater we have here, which we do all kinds of shows in there. And Marni, you just did one, didn't you?
Yes, I just did one, and I also sang a solo a cappella, if you can believe that.
Okay, you can't just throw that down and not have me ask, can we hear a few bars?
Okay. You made me move here. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. It's too damn hot here. And all the time you knew it. I know you always knew it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And the part that I'm a little disturbed about is her saying, I don't want to do it, as she's coming on her show.
Yeah, I know.
No reason to be afraid of stage fright. We got you, Marni. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Well, Marni, we understand. First off, give us a little sense of context, because I know you got a particular story you want to share. But you had a career in the PR world. Is that correct?
I worked at Universal Studios for like 38 years.
Wow.
So were you on the lot, or were you in that building?
Yes, I was on the lot. I worked in different locations on the lot, but I retired from there. It'll be 20 years, July 31st this year.
That you retired? How's that possible? You look like you're 40 years old.
Yeah, well, thank you. And and the best times were probably publicity. And that's where I, came in to contact with a lot of celebrities. Like I was saying, E.T., when that first opened up the premiere, I worked that premiere. So I saw a lot of the stars that came to see it. We were the first to see the movie E.T.
Wait, so you met E.T.?
No, I didn't meet E.T. He's in outer space.
Remember, he phoned home?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He left and he couldn't make it back for the premiere.
That's right.
Couldn't make it. But I met Barbra Streisand. For some reason, we couldn't find a seat. So I remember tapping her shoulder and say, "Don't worry, we'll find something for you." And Donald Sutherland was there, and Goldie Hawn, and I can't remember everybody else.
Wow. Okay, so before you get into your story, I have to ask, because everybody asked me this question, was there a celebrity that you met, even if it was just randomly, that you were like, what a nice person? I like how she's thinking about it. No, they were all assholes.
No. Cary Grant had an office. This is like when I was first there in the 60s, and he used to, I think, sunbathe out there. And I saw Sylvester Stallone and Michael Douglas getting off of an elevator, and Alfred Hitchcock walking down the hill. I saw him
from the Psycho House, right?
Yeah, exactly. Did he walk like in his movies? He has like this obtuse kind of like walk, because he was a big guy.
Yeah.
Did he walk?
He really was.
Did he have a big guy walk? Do you remember?
I honestly can't
All right, make it up.
Remember. Yeah, he did. He did.
There you go.
Well, we were on the lot once. We had to drop off something at Spielberg's bungalow.
Yes.
And I remember going over there, and my wife was the executive director of the Illinois Holocaust Museum and was working with Spielberg's project, and we had to bring a script to him And they picked us up at the gate, and they took us in one of the little golf carts and drove us over to his bungalow. That was pretty cool.
Oh, no, no, for sure. I have to admit, when I first got to Hollywood and I was a production assistant and a runner, and from time to time I had to take over something to somebody on the lot kind of thing, and I would drop it off, but then I would drive around the lot just like, hey, what's happening here? And I remember very early on, I actually had a pretty decent, I had a convertible Mustang at the time. And
of course,
and red, and I'd be driving along, and one of the trams would go by, and everybody's like taking pictures of everything, and then I started realizing they thought I was somebody.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Well, he's got to be somebody. He's on a golf cart riding around the back lot, right?
So then what I started to do is, as I would drive my car and I'd pass them, and as they all took pictures, I'd do this. So they're like, who was that person? Who was that person?
They did that with me too, because I worked in different locations. I also worked in a warehouse on the back lot where all the facades are. And so to go up to the front part of the lot, I had the golf cart, and they would do the same thing.
Right?
I think you're famous.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I can only imagine they get home and they're showing pictures to their family. Oh, wait, who's the guy who, like, shined at the camera?
Who is that? It's got to be somebody.
That's right. Is that Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I'm comparing myself to Tom Cruise.
You're taller than Tom Cruise.
That I've heard that.
He's short.
So, wow. So if you were back to back, you taller?
I don't know. Maybe.
So you tower over him, let's be honest.
No, you tower over.
All right, so you're working there doing PR on the Universal lot, and you had a encounter with?
Not on the Universal lot, on an airplane.
Oh.
Alan's got a lot of these kind of stories, as a matter of fact. We'll spin them in some moment, I'm sure.
On an airplane. I was, it was shortly after COVID. People were starting to get out and fly and everything, but we all had our masks on. And so Christopher, my son, flew me first class to New York, and then I was going to transfer to Connecticut.
Well,
so,
hold on a second. Let's give a shout out to Christopher for flying you
First class. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Way to go, the son, Christopher.
He spoiled me. He still does spoil me, but I've only flown first class one other time since then. Usually business class. But anyway,
hold on a second,
first
Christopher.
class.
Your mother needs to fly first class every time. You can't
Yes,
just do
Chris.
one and done.
Or business. I mean, business is okay.
Yeah, business is good. He does that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
All
Okay.
right. You're okay,
He
Christopher.
takes
You're off
very
the hook.
good care of me. He takes very good care of his mama.
All
So
right.
anyway, I was flying first class my very first time. And, I'm sitting in my little pod, and then this gentleman comes up and sits next to me, and I'm thinking, this guy's a very busy guy. He was on his phone, he's on his computer, and I think, really a busy, busy guy. And then at some point, I think we introduced ourselves, and he said his name was Oz, and I said, I'm Marni, and I'm not thinking anything at all. And then
Wait. He introduced you like, hi, I'm Harlan, and you are, and he said, Oz?
Yes, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
Does
So
he have a first
I'm not
name?
thinking
Mehmet.
Mehmet.
It's not David Mamet. It's Mehmet.
No, Mehmet.
Mehmet Oz.
Okay, I have to, I admit, I identify as Harlan, not as Harlan Friedman, so I can understand that. And I guess Oz is his thing, but would you introduce yourself as Oz, or would you introduce yourself as Mehmet?
Well, no, I usually introduce
Probably.
myself as Alan, but what?
But don't you think, and again, celebrities don't like being necessarily bugged as celebrities. Don't you think in his particular case, he'd be like, oh, I'm Mehmet, nice to meet you.
Well,
As opposed to you say Oz and it's pretty quick,
Well, I think that he was already well known, right? He was.
But I didn't know it was him though. That Oz.
You didn't physically recognize him?
We had a mask on.
Oh, okay.
We had
But at
We
least
had masks on.
he wasn't holding anybody up, and so.
Well, no, I'm actually impressed.
No, you wasn't.
Based on
It was the mask.
based
It was
on his
COVID.
current
It was
health
COVID
points of
time.
view, he wore a mask on a plane, which today he wouldn't have done.
Yeah, well,
No.
it's interesting. But he was known as Dr. Oz.
Right.
So probably that's why he introduced himself as
As
Oz.
Oz, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he didn't say doctor, so.
Right.
And I had my mask on too. So then, in first class you get a meal.
Right.
So we take our masks off, and I look at him and I go, "Oh my God, you're Dr. Oz! I listen to you, or I watch your program all the time, and I don't." It just came out.
Oh
I
my
think I'd seen it once, and then I go, yeah, and I stretch and I do my exercises and I do all this stuff. And he says, "You're going to live to be, a long life," or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice compliment. Gotcha.
So, yeah. So anyway, so we were talking a little bit, and then he had ordered an extra coffee or whatever. And he asked me if I wanted one. And he was just really, really nice, very polite, very much a gentleman. And it was just a very nice experience. But then more happened, because when I got off the plane, he comes running up to me and said, "I'll carry your bag." So he carried my tote bag for me. And we talked about family and everything. And
Does
then
he have
showed me where
family
to
and
go.
kids and stuff like that?
Pardon
Does
me?
Does he have children and all that?
Yes. He has a good family. He was happy, and he was happy that I have a good son, that I was happy. Yes. So he showed me where to go. I was,
Did you get
I
any
remember that. It was just really nice. He was very, very nice.
It's your turn to put the light up. Did you, if I was sitting next to a doctor, especially a television doctor, I would probably take advantage of that and ask a bunch of medical questions. Did you do that?
No, I just was saying, well, I stretch and I do this and I do that. And, so,
Now, is that a lie? Like the fact that you
no,
didn't?
that's not a lie. I stretch.
Okay.
But you want to know something funny? This isn't even funny. So I'm in Connecticut and I'm walking with my son briskly and I fell.
Oh. So
And I didn't have Dr. Oz to ask a question.
goodness. And did you stretch before you walked?
No. I
There it
didn't.
is.
Well, she
See?
stretched as she was falling.
But here I'm telling him I do all this stuff and then I fall later. But anyway,
Okay.
all okay.
So let's spin back to when you told him that you watched him on TV and all that.
All the time, yeah.
Right, and you said that you do not. Is that
No.
is that a PR thing? Are you trained to do that kind of thing, or just that's just where your head went?
That was just a little lie.
Oh my goodness, a little white lie.
A little white lie.
Okay.
But I had seen his show before, but he was probably on during the day, and I don't generally watch TV during the day.
Well, Oprah was responsible for him getting the show because
Yes.
she made him famous.
That's true.
Yes.
So, and he was in Chicago a lot because Oprah
So
did.
that's probably where we went, Chicago, not New York. I can't remember. It was
Right,
probably
because he
Chicago.
probably was going to do the Oprah show
Oh, could have. Yes, maybe.
because Harpo Studios was in Chicago.
Oh.
And that's where she did all the shows. And in fact, do you remember the time that she gave away a car to everybody?
Yes.
Well, one of my friends was there and got a car
Really?
at that show. Yeah.
You know what? It's too bad he didn't ask me if I wanted to go on the Oprah show with him.
Yes.
No, wait a second, because I have a really good memory, and I was a devout Oprah show watcher. What year was this that you had this roughly?
It was right around the end of COVID that I was on the airplane.
Because I remember watching an episode. You know where I'm going with this. An episode of Oprah where Dr. Oz was on, and he was talking about he was flying from Vegas here, and this woman next to him.
Oh, and he met this woman, me.
That's right. And he was trained not to use your name, but he did say, the woman kept asking him all these medical questions about stretching. And now we know
it was Marni.
It was Marni.
It was Marni, yes. Hi, Dr. Oz, if you're watching this.
So now, now he can go back on the show and do a follow-up where he talks about stretching and like, Marni didn't stretch this one time.
Yeah, the one time,
fell.
look what happened.
Yep.
But he was just so nice. He was very polite, a very much a gentleman. I will always remember that.
I mean,
He was very nice to me.
He helped carry your luggage and
Yes, he ran up to me. I got off the plane first, and he comes running and says, "Let me help you carry this." Very nice. He's a very nice man.
And somehow I have a feeling that when you work with Barbra Streisand and told her to wait, she
That would maybe not have been so good.
No, not a good Dr. Oz moment. I have a feeling.
No, she was very nice. She was okay. She was okay. I got to touch her shoulder.
And she didn't say, "Don't touch me"?
No.
And did she ask
She's-
to take care of your luggage?
She's never washed her hand again, the one she touched Barbra Streisand.
Oh, wow. Are you a big Barbra Streisand fan?
I have been.
I mean, as a singer.
I love her music.
Yeah, I was going to say. Does she have, I have no knowledge of her music. Did she have like that one iconic Barbra Streisand song?
And she did Funny Girl.
Oh,
and
Funny Girl.
Evergreen.
No, I love her
I
singing.
have no idea what that is. Evergreen. Can you sing a Barbra Streisand song for us?
No, I can't.
Nor can I.
People who know me need people are the luckiest people.
Oh, people.
That's one of hers?
People.
Yeah.
People. What comes after that?
People who need
know people. I
people
don't-
are the luckiest people in the world.
Barbara, if you'd like to come on our show and sing that instead of Alan, we'd like to invite you on our...
We need your coaching, your vocal coaching, please.
Yes, we absolutely do today.
No coaching will help my singing voice, I can tell you that. So going back to Dr. Oz, after you had this incident with him, did you maybe I'll watch a couple more episodes?
Actually, I didn't.
Wow. Okay, your stick-to-itiveness on the Dr. Oz watching is pretty clear. All right.
I have a
Not
question.
really.
I have a question though. You were in publicity for
Yes.
Universal.
Yes.
What kind of cool things did you publicize while you were working over your career?
I don't remember everything. Probably E.T.
That was the biggest
We
one.
did Deer Hunter.
Oh, Deer Hunters. That was a good movie.
That was a big one, yeah.
Yeah.
I also worked in other departments, the location department, where they go find the locations for TV and movies.
Oh, that was fun.
Did you do that only in Los Angeles, or did they send you abroad?
I just worked at Universal. Was in different departments, but I always worked there.
Gotcha.
Year after year after year. And when I first started there Christopher was born in 1969, so before that, the studio was a real studio then, and you could walk into the sets, on your break or whatever, and get to know the people working on the sets and everything. Now it's just very corporate.
Yeah.
And again, I haven't worked it's like 20 years.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree. When I was back in the day, I could wander the lot. And, if you were respectful to the environment, security wouldn't bother you or anything like that. Now you have card keys that get everywhere. And if you're not part of that crew on that set, you're not going in and that kind of stuff. And, yeah, back then it had a much more community vibe to it than it is today.
It was fun. The commissary was the movie stars would eat there and
me.
executives. And the other side was for employees.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what my first job was? Can you guess?
Your first job in L.A.?
my first job, I only worked at Universal Studios my whole life. So my first job at Universal when I was 19. What?
Security.
No, signing movie stars' autographs.
You were faking other. Oh, no way.
Gee.
There was a book, and you could copy their signature. We used to send photographs out then. I think a lot of the stars were under contract then.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Who would you have signed their autograph?
Probably Rock Hudson.
Really?
I don't remember who was under contract, but he was, because my boss, one of my bosses, was friends with him. He used to call our office.
What signature did you write the most of?
I don't remember.
Were you real good at any of them?
I hope so.
My penmanship. That'd be so funny. You're like, wait, Rock Hudson and
I don't remember all the stars
Barbra
then.
Streisand signatures look identical.
Well, I have a signed picture of David Copperfield, and I know he signed it because he signed it in front of me. Because I did one of the acts. He picked me out of the audience,
Right.
And then he took me to the green room afterwards because you had to sign an NDA
Right.
on it, and he thanked me and he signed a picture and gave it to me.
And you saw him physically do it. It wasn't magically writing on?
Yes, I saw him in front of me. I was sitting next to him, and he signed it after I signed the NDA.
Because it could have been like one of those fake pens where
The auto pen?
where the ink
Oh, the auto pen.
comes up on it, that kind of thing.
No, this was real, and he was very nice. I enjoyed that.
And did he say to Alan with love, David?
It just says to Alan, David Copperfield.
It does.
Oh yeah, yeah. My it's funny. He made me disappear, right?
That's what it
And my wife was taking a picture, and the usher comes up behind her and says, "Ma'am, you can't take a picture." And she says to the usher, "My husband just disappeared, and I need proof."
Oh, how cute.
Wow.
And I used to see all the movies ahead of time in our screening rooms. There were so many benefits. I had, one of my bosses got let go in publicity. Their bosses got let go a lot, got fired. They bring in new heads of the department.
Yep.
And so I had a lot of tour tickets in my desk. I'm telling a secret here. And one of the publicists wanted my tour tickets. And I knew he'd use them like I would, so I said I don't have any more left. And we used those tour tickets to get in to the tour for family and friends for years.
Nice.
Years and years.
Do you still have any left?
No.
There's a drawer.
2,000 tickets in
That's
there.
right. Still valid today.
Well, when I worked for ABC, when I was doing the radio show in Chicago, we were owned by Disney, so I would get tickets every quarter.
For Disneyland.
Yeah, they'd send for Disneyland or Disney World. We could use and my wife would always say, "Have you gotten the tickets for this quarter yet? So we can go to Disney."
Nice.
Were those the tickets that had A, B, and C on them, the real old books?
I have some of those. I still have some of those. But our passes were employee passes. And
Because I got into Disneyland too with Christopher and my father. We went a lot because I would give the people at Disneyland tour tickets and they would get us into Disneyland.
Smart.
well, I'd get a letter from Michael Eisner, thank you for being a great employee at ABC. Here's 4 tickets to Disneyland or Disney World.
Very generous of Michael Eisner.
Yes.
Here's 4 tickets.
Well, we get them every quarter, so.
All right.
It was nice.
I take back my snarkiness then. Well, Marni, thank you so much for being on Celebrity Encounters podcast with us.
Thank you.
A very fun story with Dr. Oz.
This was
and Dr.
fun.
Oz, we'd like you to be on our podcast to see if you can recount Marni and yours experience.
That would be great.
Right? I think so too.
Dr. Oz, if you're watching this,
Hi, Dr. Oz.
send us an email at celebrity-encounters-podcast@gmail.com.
That's the place to put it.
Yeah, and we'll have you on our show.
Yeah, you can
With me.
With
Marni.
Marni,
That's
yes.
right. Absolutely. I think that would be a great show.
We'll do a split screen.
There you go.
Hi, Dr. Oz. Hi.
There you go.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Harlan.
And I'm Alan.
And this has been Celebrity Encounters Podcast. We hope to see you on the next episode.
See you soon.
Thanks for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed our show, please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast on all your favorite platforms. We'll see you next week with the next episode of Celebrity Encounter Podcast.